Hello, everybody, and welcome to Lakeland University, where tonight the Lady Muskies, the Lakeland Men Muskies, host Edgewood College in NAC College action. My name is Chris Wright, and once again, I'll be running solo. Mike Martin's in Arizona, and my partner couldn't get a student to help us out, and Dave Gallinetti's a little busy. He might join me later on, but for right now, I'll be running solo. But tonight we got a very interesting contest where Lakeland comes in at 10-6, and they are just 7-5 in conference, and they take on Edgewood, who is 6-5 in conference, one game out. We'll be talking a little bit more about our conference standings in Lakeland. We always like coming out here to watch them play. We got a couple local kids playing for Lakeland, and Sam Kaminsky and Zach Cosentine. But at this time, we're going to take a minute and listen to the national anthem. All right, we're ready to have the introduction here, and just as I had the national anthem, I have Austin Hansen here from Lakeland University. Austin, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, thank you very much, first of all, for having me on. I am a current junior here at Lakeland University. I do our color commentary for our football team in the fall season, and I am also employed by Adam Glotchuk, will be my boss, and work for the sports information department here. So I've got a pretty good setup at Lakeland.
So where are you from?
Upper Michigan, so for you viewers out there, I apologize for the accent.
Well, as the Edgewood Eagles are getting introduced, we talked a little bit, I did in the opening, that the last time Edgewood beat these Muskies in a close game. Lakeland fell way behind in that opening game, and really could not recover and took a tough loss, but it's not probably the same Lakeland team that we saw back in December when they played these Eagles.
You're absolutely right there. They really have tried to push the ball up and down the court the entire season. That's been their mantra, and with new head coach Schrader this year in his first year, he's really tried to implement that. So it's a new Muskie squad, and it's fun to watch.
Yeah, I understand it's they're up and down the floor, and the league is actually, I heard, getting better as well. I was looking a little bit at the Division III rankings. None of the teams in our league, I mean, MSOE is the leader right now in the conference at 9-2. None of the teams in the league are ranked in the Division III polls right now, but they do try to challenge those bigger schools.
You're absolutely right. It is tough for the Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference to challenge those bigger schools just because of numbers and location and different things like that, but we get them a good run for their money when we get a chance, that's for sure.
Right now, you see the Muskies are being introduced. Believe it or not, the PA announcer tonight is Sheboygan North's own Bill Wagner. He gets himself around, and nice, kind of weird. I walk into the gym, and he's here as well.
It's nice to have him on call whenever we need him. We had our typical guy, Eric Lotus, was out tonight, so he had no problem coming in and is always here, ready to rock and roll.
Well, as we mentioned, this is the Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference. Big conference, lots of teams you're probably maybe familiar with. Just the other day, Concordia knocked off Lakeland. That may be someone that you fans might be familiar with. Of course, there's Marion over in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin Lutheran. MSOE leading the league. Brian Miller still the coach over there. I think he's the ex-Lakeland coach, and
yeah, absolutely.
he's a good guy. And his squad is leaving the league at 9-2, but we're ready for tip-off here. They played 20 minutes since it is college, and Edgewood gets the early tip here. Lakeland looks to be opening up in a man-to-man. Do they tend to do this a lot, or?
Well, you know what? Down in Concordia this past weekend, they went to a zone, and towards the end of the game, it just kind of got away from them, as you can tell by the final score. But they were able to keep Concordia in check, so we'll see how that works today in the man.
And there's a miss, but an extra shot and a made basket there by Tyler Lemke off the second opportunity, and a quick lead for the Eagles, 2-0.
That first foul there on the sophomore transfer, number 5, Shakur Janad, so he's got an early foul.
And an early quick shot and a miss made by Zach Hasenstein. Maybe you've heard of that name, folks. Yes, he's from Sheboygan North. Can jump out of the gym.
I didn't have the pleasure of watching him in high school, but for the little bit of time here that I've been able to see, he sure can jump and sure can shoot, too.
Yeah, he was a 4-year player, too. Coach Desautel had him playing up as a freshman. He played on the state team that lost to Stevens Point. That's pretty good. And there's a 3-point attempt missed there by McNeil, but another opportunity for the Muskies on a reload. Jump shot again missed, unfortunately, for the Muskies.
Yeah, that number 11, Pat McDonald. Let's see if we can get that. That's his bread and butter shot in there. Let's hope we can get that going. It'll be a big part of the Muskies offense.
And there's a nice steal by the Muskies. And laying it up is McDonald. We'll be talking a little bit more about him when the break there. I guess he's chasing 1,000 points out here at Lakeland. He's a Port Washington native.
Yep. I know my boss Adam was just talking about that. We were going over the stats from last night too. And he's on the board in there. We get a big record board from football, all of the sports really. He's close. I don't know what the actual number is off the top of my head.
McNeil on the kick out, and a pull-up jumper there by Campos is missed. But there's that, you mentioned Shakur there, somebody who's going to probably try to contribute with this squad this season. And there's a second foul already. Carlos Campos on the Eagles.
Carlos has been the leading scorer for the team thus far through the year, and the last couple games though has very much struggled. So hopefully we can get him to go tonight too. That'd be wonderful to see.
I've been waiting to say this name all night. Amid Radicivic. That's how they said it was pronounced.
Well, I'm glad you got it down because I sure didn't.
He comes from Brookville Central, big school down in Milwaukee. They just lost their finals in football this year, and it looks like he could play for it. Yeah, we have to keep that open, so we're going to freeze all night. The door behind us has got quite a breeze coming in here.
There's quite the temperature change between the gym and out there. I'm over here shaking just a little bit.
Inbounds, there's Campos again with another miss. And cold shooting for the Muskies so far.
Must be that door. Yeah, Lakeland so far has struggled a little bit with the rebounding, but fortunately it's early, first 3 minutes.
That's Lemke, number 3, inside again. And Rod Savic makes that shot to give Edgewood a 7-2 lead. Here's a dribble drive and missed again by Campos. The Muskies are definitely struggling.
Well, Lemke doing it on both ends of the floor there. He came up and had a partial block on Campos' shot.
That's Steffens, number 0 for Edgewood. Lemke, shot clock down to 10. Remember, we got a shot clock in college basketball. And a nice, easy shot there for Lemke that's missed. Here's Hasenstein. Stepped on the line, though. We're at 16:45 or so. Edgewood leads 7-2.
Let's see, looks like number 34. That's my roommate, Eric Nygaard, just checked into the game.
Nygaard, a junior from Plymouth.
He's kind of an interesting story. Tore his ACL actually his sophomore year, my freshman year, and was able to get the medical red shirt. So it looks like I think he's going to stick around for that 5th year as a graduate student too.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah.
And you can see the brace he wears on his leg, number 34. With 5 seconds left, Nygaard penetrates and drives, but a turnover on the Eagles. Out at the University of Lakeland, Austin Hanson joining me tonight. We are missing Mike Martin. He's down in Arizona enjoying the sun. Second break he's had already. There's another missed shot, this time by McDonald again. And that cold shooting continues for the Fish. Good switch defense there by the Muskies out on top.
You know, Lakeland's been a very streaky team in terms of, you know, when they're cold, they're cold. When they're hot, they're hot. And that's something you often see in a team that likes to run like they do.
And I'll tell you, the Eagles are hitting the boards hard. Well, they're going to, smart decision by Coach Schrader there. They're going to call a timeout. With that, we're going to take a quick break. It's 9-2 Edgewood.
Give me a spot. You know my motto, safety first.
They could be dangerous. I think we should call animal control.
Animal control?
To be safe.
Don't worry.
Just...
I got this. It's a new motto.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Works in the athletic department here out at Lakeland College, and a slow start, Austin, for our Fish. They just can't seem to put the ball in the hoop.
No, they're struggling. You're right, and you know the Eagles are definitely pounding the boards as well. So hopefully Lakeland can get it turned around here. You know, they face an early deficit.
Yeah, I have unofficially just 1 of 8 shooting for Lakeland.
Let's see here. I'm going to try and get those live stats pulled up on my phone.
There's Garrett Duffin in the game, number 22, and there's another miss. Good hustle by Lakeland, but they can't get it. That miss that time by Jashwan McNeil. We've seen him before. He is a senior. He, too, is one of those guys that I know can score when he gets hot.
Josh is definitely an integral part of the offense. If you know you want to get him going, he definitely is a good mid-range jump shot kind of guy. So
I just remember him being a big spark when we've been out here to see him again. And another bucket, unfortunately, that was Ben Seifert. He's from Pewaukee, number 34, makes it 11-2. And the same problem that the Muskies had in Madison, they're having tonight. They fell behind by 20 at halftime. They can't do that here. Expect to get away. That should be a bucket, and it is.
And number 5, Shakur Janad in there for the bucket. Nice assist by the point guard, Pat McDonald. Took advantage of the open baseline.
That's Stiver inside.
A good move.
Very good move. Oh, and a three-pointer there by Zach Hasenstein. And boy, that three-point weapon helps. It cuts the lead to just 6. Doesn't look so bad when it's 13-7 as opposed to 13-4.
Let's see if Zach can get hot. That'd be wonderful for the night too. Transition 3 like that.
Nice dribble drive. That time by Eric Anderson.
Oh, Pat should have just taken that one right to the hoop.
Ozzie again for three. Just a little long that time. I'll tell you, the Muskies are hustling all over the place. This is going to be rewarded later, I know. There's a three-point attempt made, and Campos was a three, and this time you get a timeout by Edgewood. See if it's a 30 or a full. It is another full timeout, so at 13:25 left in the first half, we'll take another break.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.
I was looking at the Edgewood roster as we come back to Lakeland University, and they have number 14, Caleb Holzman. Caleb Holzman grew up in this neighborhood right down the way from Lakeland at Howard's Grove High School. See if he gets in the game later on. Of course, his dad was out here as well, actually a player here at Lakeland. And a little pressure by the Muskies.
Well, a quick couple threes by Lakeland has got the deficit to 3 points only. So 13-10, they're right back in it.
And that's a very good point. And again, a lot of inside work by Edgewood, using that strength to extend the lead to 15-10. We're at 13 minutes left. Nice spin move and a basket.
Well, that's what you'd like to see right there. He cuts right to the basket, and the point guard McDonald's able to find the open man. So excellent offense there by Lakeland.
Lakeland plays real smothering defense, I will say that. They're all over making the Edgewood work. It's just in the paint a little bit that Lakeland's got to defend a little bit better.
Well,
here they try it again. That one was made by Ben Seefeld. We mentioned him before. He's just a freshman out of Pewaukee, 6'4", but again, using that size to the Eagles' advantage.
Lakeland's definitely giving up some inches in the paint, there's no doubt about it. Height advantage.
Here's Janad, dribble, drive, can't get it to go. Like that approach. Under 12 minutes, 17-12. Shot clock at 15. Down inside again, kick out. They haven't had a lot of success out there, but that time they get it. It's just a two-pointer, and Seefeld is 3 for 3 from the floor. McDonald with a quick shot and a miss, but another reload. That's Nygaard that got that offensive rebound, and we're gonna get our second foul on the Eagles. That one will go on Jacob Miller, the sophomore out of Waunakee.
So you got Lemke checking back in for the Eagles too. I'm not sure who else came in there, I missed it.
Oh, McNeil's back in for Lakeland.
You know, for the Muskies' sake, I'll be real interested to see if they get number 22, Garrett Duffin, to catch fire, because the last couple games he's had have been outstanding.
And there's McNeil on the drive and the basket to pull within 5. One thing Lakeland seems to be doing is getting to the basket on their dribble drive.
Yeah, you're right there. You want to get those shots inside as much as you can.
That's Anderson. Tried to do a skip pass across the court, but it was picked off by McNeil. McNeil trying to push it up to Campos, but the Eagles recovered. Nice idea, but need a better pass. Unfortunately, it's a turnover, and going to lead to a free throw opportunity for the Eagles.
That's Shakur, that's number 5, Shakur Janot. That's his second early on here, so Nygaard's coming to check back in.
makes the first. Unofficially, I have Edgewood 2 of 3 from the free throw line. I don't think Lakeland has attempted a free throw.
No, they have not.
Good hustle by Nygaard again. Oh, and they're going to get a foul. That's probably a good call. You know, if it's going to go off red, the official may not call that foul, but when that action took place, he had to make that call there on Anderson.
Yeah, you know, he got just enough of an extension with the arms, I think, and that's what the official saw. And looking at our TV here, that's kind of what I saw too. So, a fair call nonetheless.
Sarah's on the floor camera. Richard, of course, on top. There's a picture of Sarah. You can see her down below. She wanted to know just how close she could get to the action. And Scott in the truck said, just get right up there. There's a miss by McNeil. And a 1-and-out trip for Lakeland, who trails by 6.
Trying to work it back inside there to Lemke. McNeil on Lemke, and he got a block on that actually, and a rebound by Campos. So here come the Muskies.
And good position, and a quick 3 off and missed by Campos. Again, got to get him on track. I have him with just 1 of 4 from the floor.
You're probably right on that, because this past Saturday down in Concordia, he just struggled from the floor too. He's been a touch off the last couple weeks. So
kick out for a 3 and in. That one was by Miller, and we got another timeout, this time by Lakeland. Well, a combination of cold shooting for the Muskies and a little bit more warmer shooting for Edgewood, giving them their lead.
Yeah, they've hit a lot of their shots right now. They've had a lot of good looks in the paint too, and they're crashing the boards. You know, that's a recipe for success, and is the reason why the score says 23-14. So Coach Schrader calls a timeout, and we'll see what he draws up over there and what he tells the guys.
There was a very young Muskie fan. Coach Schrader, first year out here. Players like playing for him. I know he was an assistant coach a year ago on this staff.
Yes, Coach Onienson he left and went down to Wisconsin Lutheran, and Coach Schrader was awarded the job after that. So, and he's done a fantastic job. The guys, when they did the interviewing process, they were all over. You know, it was his team last spring when the opportunity came, and they loved playing for him.
He played out here as well.
Yes.
So he is a Lakeland graduate, somebody you want, you know, knows what it takes to play out here. And there's a nice dribble drive and bucket by Pat McDonald.
Yeah, Coach Schrader, I'm not entirely sure. He was actually my associate golf coach, or is now, and was my assistant golf coach too. He kind of recruited me to get down here, so he's all over.
Well, that was a dump down into Lemke, and again, the Eagles making a lot of their hay in the paint and getting back to the free throw line once again is the Eagles. Two different contrasts. It looks like the Eagles try to pound everything inside, where the Muskies and the Fish are more dribble, drive, and kick.
You're absolutely right, and that's been the story thus far. Ideally, if Lakeland gets a few more shots to fall down, the score will get a little bit closer. But Edgewood has also been to the line too. I don't know how many times you've got written down there.
Yes, I have them 6 times down, and they're 5 of 6 from the free throw line. (25-16). Nygaard on the miss that time, and a 1-and-out. Not too many second opportunities for the Muskies. Something they're going to have to improve as this game goes along here. We're at 8:30 left in the first half. There's another dribble drive, this time by the Eagles, and it gets knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, Nygaard there on the defense was able to get the block. And, you know, it looked like it went off of Edgewood, but again, they're on the far side of the court, so I really didn't get to see it as well as the official.
There's a drive and a layup missed. Nice rebound that time by Hasenstein. And he scores on this end as well. As poor as Lakeland's been shooting, they're only down by 7 with plenty of time left in this game.
Yeah, it's early. You know, little more than halfway through, I guess, the first half now, and as long as you don't let that lead ever get to double digits, you can handle that. There's no doubt about it, and I know the guys think that they can shoot themselves back in any game. So.
Yep. There's a shot. Something different. That will be an over-the-back call. Missed by Buss. And they'll get the foul, I believe, on Stivier.
No, they called it on Lemke.
Oh, Lemke. Okay, that's Lemke's first. 14 fouls on each team. Just the kind of game we like. Not a lot of fouls. Game moves along. Haven't had to say one thing about the officials. That means that's a good crew.
Yeah, we're pretty fortunate out here. We've got pretty good officials.
And again, a turnover by the Muskies. They've had a handful of them.
And that's been a reoccurring problem all year, too, where Lakeland just has shot themselves in the foot in terms of how many times they give up the ball and more possessions to the opposing teams. It sounds pretty simple, and it really is, but if they can limit the turnovers, they're going to be just fine.
Yep, Jake Nigas on a shot there. Hasenstein driving to the basket, misses a layup, didn't get a foul. And now it's a 10-point Eagles lead. Steffes, oh, there's a nice push off inside and a miss. You push me, I push you, we're not going to call anything. There's McNeil.
You know, typically they get the second guy too, right on the call.
Yep.
So
that's a tough shot. Tough shot there by Campos and missed. Continues to struggle, just 1 of 5 from the floor. I have McDonald 1 of 5 too, so those two guys have got to get going here. Only a 10-point deficit with 6 minutes left in the first half. Shot clock to 10. We're going to call an offensive. That's a good call. And I guess, yes, with the elbow and the push.
Yep. McDonald was that McDonald there or was that Campos? I missed it, but he was able to just kind of sell it enough where, hey, I got pushed and the official saw it.
Trying to set a ball screen for McDonald, and he shoots and misses. And again, that outside game that they keep relying on is not going down. I like it better when they drive, penetrate, then kick out. I understood the ball screen there, but it's still a tough shot for Pat.
Well, and it'd be nice if they could find a little skip pass too, but they haven't been able to do that yet. And Edgewood keeps getting points in the paint, so it's the reason it's a 10-point game.
There's a drive, trying to get down into the paint. Kick out, 3 seconds. That's a long three, gonna be missed. But a reload, unfortunately, as Steffens is right there. Steffens comes all the way from Iowa. He's number 0 for Madison.
Well, and that's just poor rebounding by Lakeland too. You've got to be able to get in there, crash those boards. You know, long shots, long rebounds.
There's a nice block. I think that was McDonald on the block. But Madison Edgewood still leads by 10, and they have the basketball. There's a hold on Nygaard. Now, they haven't called a lot of that throughout the game. But, just the team 5th foul. Neither team in the bonus yet. As we have exactly 5 minutes or 1/4 of the half to go.
And Nygaard's second foul early. That puts him and Shakur on the bench. And, you know, those are two guys. They're in the starting, 6th. And Nygaard's the 6th man. Shakur is starting 5.
And I'll tell you, Edgewood just keeps banging them in. They're not worried about Lakeland on their misses. Here's McNeil trying to draw a foul, pulls it up and misses again. Tried to draw the foul there, but then, basically took a little step back jump shot. Good shot, just didn't go down. Probably a shot he makes most of the time.
Well, and McNeil there, he kind of created the contact in a sense, so a good no call by the official.
That's Steffes, number 0. 8 seconds on the shot clock. He's way outside the three-point line. He's in trouble. Here's Nigas driving and takes a jump shot wildly, and good rebound there by McNeil. And here come the Muskies, and there was a good foul by Steffes, because if he wouldn't have, McDonald would have had an easy layup. McDonald a little injured on the play, but hops right back up, kind of.
Yeah, he got hit right in the stomach. That knocks the wind out of you for a second. Yell to him, put your hands above your head, get that air back in those lungs.
Hasenstein walking to the sideline slowly to give McDonald a second to catch his breath. 30-18, Lakeland and Edgewood College. There's a swing out to Duffin, who, again, a jump shot doesn't fall. And I don't think we want to see the stats at halftime, because they're not going to be great shooting.
Well, I'm looking at the live stats now on our website. My boss Adam's got him, he's working over there at the scorer's table. Right now, Lakeland is shooting 28.6% from the field, compared to Edgewood's 46.2.
And once again, Edgewood gets back to the free throw line, which they're doing so much more than Lakeland. As I look at the attempts on the season, too, we've gone through 16 games. Their Lakeland opponents have shot 50 more free throws than Lakeland. You can see that with relying on the jump shots and things that might happen.
And you're absolutely right, because looking at Lakeland hasn't attempted a free throw yet. They're where Edgewood is now 4 or 7 after that first miss there.
Yeah. And a timeout, and it's going to be a full timeout. So with 3:30 left in the first half, we're going to take a quick break. Edgewood leads the Muskies 31-18. Welcome back to Lakeland University, where Lakeland trails Edgewood 31-18. I'm Chris Wright, along with Austin Hanson. Sarah's on the floor camera, and Richard's up on top, and Scott's in the truck. It's a little chilly tonight, as is the fish shooting so far. Austin?
Yeah, Lakeland only shooting 28% from the field. We're gonna hopefully that changes here. You've got 3 minutes left. You get a basket, you get a stop, and you go from there. Lakeland decided to go a little big on the inside. I see number 33, Ben Stasiewicz, checking in.
Well, they've shot and made 60 more threes than their opponents, so hopefully they know that that's going to work. I guess I don't have to do all these numbers anymore, but that was Hasenstein on a drive penetrate. I like to see that. That's what we need to see, is Hazy getting to the basket, or some of his Muskie teammates, and then maybe possibly kick it out to McDonald or Campos later in the game. Once again, great defense keeps pushing the Eagles out. There's the three-point line, trying to drive penetrate. That's Nigas getting to the rim, and it's no good. Stasiewicz on the rebound. And McDonald pushing. See if the Muskies can close to maybe 6-7 points going into halftime. There's still plenty of time left. That's what we like. Nice in the paint, nice move, and a bucket.
Nice feed there by 22, Duffin. Good assist.
Yeah, and just what we were talking about, points in the paint a little bit for the Muskies. There you get a post player in there, and you get some results. The lead's now cut to 9, and there's almost a steal. Good help defense by the Muskies, and unfortunately it's not rewarded, as you get a kick out and a reload. Here's Nigas from Janesville Craig. There's a drive penetration, a reverse layup, that's good. McLean Steffens on the reverse layup temporarily slows down the Muskie run here. It's now 33 to 22 in favor of Edgewood. Rolling down to a minute 40. McDonald trying to get a foul. Doesn't get fouled, but he does put it up off the glass.
Well, that was an extremely acrobatic shot. There's no doubt about it, because it looked like he got fouled or was hit on the arm trying to guard the ball, and a no call, but the basket good nonetheless.
Yeah, and the Edgewood defender just wanted to body him up, didn't use his hands, so the official didn't call it there. Could have been a block. Good defense by Hazy, and it's going to stay under the Edgewood basket with 9 seconds on the shot clock and a minute 12 on the game clock. And Lemke comes back into the lineup for the last minute or so for Edgewood. Both teams are now in the bonus. 4, 3, and a leaner by Nigas. The left-hander puts it in. Extend that lead again up to 11.
And that's been the difference. Points in the paint. Lakeland just not able to get it inside.
There's a foul. And right into your backyard.
Not gonna lie, I was a little nervous there. I thought he was gonna take out the camera.
Yeah, I think she was a little more nervous too. There's a good shot. Garrett from Princeton, Illinois.
You know, and that's where shooters typically get their, they get their game in a rhythm when they can get to the free throw line and they get their shot going. And Duffin definitely can shoot it from beyond the arc. So let's see if this, 2 for 2. Let's hope that's a start.
Yeah, and he's coming in. He was only 53% from the free throw line, but that'll help that average a little bit. And again, it's under double figures as we're under a minute.
Well, you said it, Chris. We want to get to about, if you can get to 6, 7, that's a good half.
Got to get stopped here. We got a chance. +1? Not +1. But the lead is now 7, and the shot clock is off. And Coach Justin Meyer calling out a play. It looks like they're going to go 1 out and totally spread the floor. Going to be a high screen here. Look for like a pick and roll action. Good help. Here's our three-pointer. Oh! Big shot by McLean Steffens at the half to put the lead back to 10. Well, after 20 minutes of action, it's been up and down, but unfortunately for you Muskie fans, it's an Edgewood lead, 38-28.
They said a bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
Food. It nourishes, brings us together, and adds flavor to life. That's why it's important to wash hands, surfaces, and fresh produce. Keep raw meat, poultry, and seafood separate from ready-to-eat foods like fruits and vegetables. And cook to proper temperatures using a food thermometer. Enjoy, and refrigerate leftovers within 2 hours. For more tips on safely preparing foods, visit Home Food Safe.
Sweetheart, can I give you a hand?
No thanks, Dad. I got it.
Okay. I'm gonna go fix the lamp in your room.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you.
You make me wear my bike helmet. Taught me never to run with scissors. And to follow the swimming rules.
You tell me to stay away from drugs.
To always buckle my seatbelt.
So why do you keep a loaded gun in your drawer?
How safe is that?
You asked them to follow some safety rules. Now they're asking you. In fact, they're counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. Remember, always lock it up. Visit ncpc.org.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Switch to Energy Star light bulbs, and you'll realize just how much cash you were really burning through. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.
Got a quarter?
Mom, can we get some ice cream?
Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just...
Kids who play outdoors have healthier lungs.
Totally.
Did you know that boys that play with dolls make better husbands?
My son has lots of dolls.
But did you know terry cloth diapers breathe better?
I did.
It's totally true.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys know statistically friendly kids have more friends?
Yeah.
That's obvious.
Did you know most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right seat. Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat to make sure your child...
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Hey, you going out like that?
Yeah, why?
Well, what would the neighbors think?
I see you! Come look at Mr. Feather. Look what I have. Mr. Bird, remember? Bark, bark, bark. We're just playing. We're just praying on trying to get you out of here.
Even still.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection.
Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. Go to discovertheforest.org.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
I know, 2 seconds. Hang on, just stand still. Stand still. One second. Just go, go, go. Boys, hang on, boys.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just...
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise. And be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
Living near the water, it's a dream come true for many, except when there's flooding or a hurricane. That's why people who live near lakes and rivers, by the ocean and bayside, are working with their local planners to make sure that protection from all sorts of natural disasters is part of the planning process. Learn more at planning.org. That's planning.org.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at grads.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
You make me wear my bike helmet. Taught me never to run with scissors.
You tell me to stay away from drugs.
To always buckle my seatbelt. And to follow the swimming rules. You're always looking out for me and trying to keep me safe.
So why do you keep a loaded gun in your drawer?
Here in the garage.
Closet, shoebox, under the bed, where anyone can get to it. How safe is that?
How safe is that?
How safe is that?
You asked them to follow some safety rules. Now they're asking you. In fact, they're counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. If you own a firearm and are not using it, please be responsible and be sure that it's stored in a safe place. Remember, always lock it up. For more information on firearm storage safety, visit ncpc.org.
Listen to me. I am captain of the track team. And if I'm late...
She doesn't really think she's going to get out of here, does she?
Be nice. She's new.
Hello, is anyone there? Ugh!
Wow. Even from our standards, you look awful.
Oh, sweetie, what happened?
Me? My friend Becky got to talk to this super cute boy, and I tried to act like I wasn't jealous, but I so totally was. And then out of nowhere, this concrete barrier just popped up. Maybe it was a semi.
You mean you were driving?
Yeah. I mean, I know the whole eyes on the road thing, but this was a super important text. Maybe you have to know, Becky.
Texting? Great.
But it was only like 5 seconds, and I'm a really, really fast texter, so it wasn't even a big deal. Actually, has she texted me back yet? Wow, I get like no bars in this place. I wonder if they have Wi-Fi here.
Welcome back to Lakeland University, where a late three-pointer by Edgewood gives Edgewood College a 38-28 lead over Lakeland University. I'm Chris Wright along. There's that three right at the buzzer to give that 10-point lead. I'm Chris Wright along with Austin Hansen, a student out here at Lakeland that works in the athletic department. And just going to get a couple of the scores here. Ben Seefeld led Edgewood with 11 points. McLean Steffens, who hit that three, has 8 to lead Edgewood. For Lakeland College, they are led by the steady Pat McDonald with 9. Zach Hasenstein, Sheboygan North graduating freshman, with 7. And off the bench, Garrett Duffman has 6. 2 for Ben Stanwich, and Jaswan McNeil only has 2, and Shakur Janid only has 2 as well. Carlos Campos, who's one of their leading scorers, is 0 for 5. Any stats or things you'd like to add, Austin, as we start the second half action?
Well, you know, looking at the stats here, Lakeland shot 37. They got it up to 37.5%.
Good point.
Which was, I didn't even think it'd be that high, to be honest. And Edgewood is at 48, so just about 50%. So hopefully Lakeland gets some shots in the paint to go here to start the second half. And they'll hit some shots that they've missed thus far.
Yeah, and other interesting things I saw is just 2 of 10 shooting from 3 for Lakeland, and just 2 free throw attempts for the Fish as well. That's 2 things that see how their three-point shooting gets better here in the second half, and let's see if they get down to the free throw line. It was a very quick first half, which we like to see.
Yes, it was. Took under an hour even, so a very, very quick first half. You're right. I'll be very interested to see. Oh, look at that. Joshua McNeil comes out and hits the 2-point jumper.
Yeah, and that's just the start that Coach Sam Schrader wants. First-year coach here at Lakeland, leading his Muskies, who are 10-6, 7-5 in the NACC League. And there's a steal by McNeil, and he's going to lay it up, and good. And just like that, that 10-point lead is down to 6. And a nice quick timeout by Justin Meyer. Could be a 30-second timeout, probably just what Coach Schrader wanted to spark the Muskies.
Well, and that's a huge part of it. You got to get out there, get a basket to start, then come down, get a stop, get a turnover, and put it up into points. You know, I'm a big Michigan State fan, and Tom Izzo coined the term turnovers into touchdowns, and that's what that was. It's a momentum shifter. You get points on the board.
All right, and you can see the shift a little bit with just a 6-point lead, and it looks like Lakeland's going to do some type of pressure defense here. Students haven't really come back to campus yet, have they?
No, we've had my goodness, far too long of a break. It's going to be 5 weeks in total, and classes start on Monday, so the 22nd, we're back at it.
So there's some students out here, but it's probably not the same intensity you probably get on a typical Wednesday night if classes were in session. And there's a drive dribble, which I'll tell you what, something that Edgewood did a little bit better than I thought Lakeland did in the first half.
Yeah, talking about the crowd, we've got, you know, our men's volleyball, men's and women's basketball are on campus, and men's wrestling, but that's about it, really and truly, in terms of students.
That means there's more food in the food hall for these basketball players.
Yeah, they like that, they do.
And a 1 of 2 trip gives Edgewood a 7-point lead. Last time these two clubs met, it was a big deficit at halftime of 20, and then this time it's half that, so we'll see if Lakeland played them even the first time in the second half. Let's see if they can do a little bit better, maybe come out with a victory here. And an empty trip that time by the Fish. And there's going to be almost a turnover, and it is, and a second turnover, and the 7th turnover in Edgewood, and there's a miss by McNeil, and you got to convert on those, as you mentioned just a minute ago.
Well, you know, and Lakeland's done a better job already crashing the boards, but they haven't been able to get the tip-ins to go in. You know, they missed 4 bunnies here the last couple trips, so McNeil down there in the paint, and Nygaard too, so they've got, you know, part of their starting 6 in there, as I like to say it. They have all their starting 6, excuse me. Not 5, because Nygaard comes off the bench.
That's been a problem for the Fish, that inside bucket underneath.
You know, and I'm not sure, I have to look here, but, you know, Carlos Campos, he's 0 for 5, too. And he's a huge part of that offense. He's a leading scorer for the team, so you got to get him to go.
Yeah, I thought he was averaging 16 a game, and he is, and a miss by Hazy there. We're down to 17-20 left in the ball game. And again, taking advantage of the mismatch. McDonald just little chance there.
That was Redsevic. You know, he's been a factor down low all night too. He's 5 for 7 from the field, and they're just pushing it inside. We don't have an answer for it.
There you go. Nice bounce pass feed into McNeil from McDonald. Foul on Campos. That's his second team foul on the Muskies, none on Edgewood.
And Lakeland's got some important players with 2 fouls, so that's something to keep an eye on as we get later in this game.
Seefeld pushing McDonald. No call, but instead a 3-pointer by Nigas again. The Janesville Craig freshman gets the lead right back up to 12 after that quick run by the Fish.
Well, and that puts Edgewood over 50% on their field goals. They're at 52% makes.
And a hustle, steal, turnover.
There could be a frustration foul over there, I'm pretty sure, by Campos. Yeah, that's his 3rd, too. He just was frustrated. Got to keep those emotions in check.
Well, about a minute and a half ago, the excitement by the Fish were all pumped after their quick turnover, and all of a sudden now you see a couple of heads drop. But like you mentioned, there's a lot of basketball game left, and they got to forget about that and just take care of business on the defensive end, and things will happen on the offensive end. I think what you mentioned before with turnovers is key, but just as we say that, another basket by Seefeld, they just keep hitting shots.
I don't, honestly, they can't miss, but you're right, it is. It's a game of emotion. You got to keep that in check. And it's a game of runs, too. So Edgewood's going to hit you, but you got to be able to hit back.
Yeah, and they got it. I like when they create steals, and there you're going to, well, they're going to call Hasenstein on the foul.
You know, it looked like he kind of had a chicken wing, maybe wrapped him around there. I'm not entirely sure because they're on the far side of the court, but an offensive foul nonetheless, and just kind of a momentum killer. So.
And they got to keep the composure. work on this end. As I mentioned in the first half, I love the Muskies' intensity on defense. You know, when they pressure, there's a ball screen and a layup. Yep, off the ball screen, not a lot of help, and a layup there by Nigas. Now the lead is 16, 50-34.
I mean, there was, on that bucket there by Edgewood, there was 3 Muskies that collapsed down in the defense, and he still was able to get a shot off just about untouched. So a little better effort in terms of points in the paint, defending the rim.
McDonald got that one to fall. Career 62% shooter from the field. Oh boy, the paint is owned by the Eagles.
Well, and that's an outstanding move there. That's tough to defend, there's no doubt about it, and just a great move.
McDonald just short on his side, and again, as I'm looking over at the stats, 56% shooting for the Eagles.
Well, and you know, Lakeland's at 39, so it's not like they're having a terrible game by any means in terms of shooting. They're not able to defend the rim.
Yeah. A quick timeout here. And Madison Edgewood is excited. And with that, we're going to have, I believe, a full timeout. So with that, we're going to take a break where we see Lakeland down by 18.
Love is love.
Welcome back to Lakeland University, where Edgewood, after an initial push by the Muskies, have pushed back and extended their lead from halftime of 10 up to 18 points. And right now, it's all off dribble penetration. It's just a basic pick and roll. And I tell you that they're making easy layups, and there's a reason they're shooting almost 60% for the ball game, because they don't have to rely on their jump shot. And see how, again, the Muskies respond on defense. I know they have the basketball right now. They're going to have to do it on the other end.
Well, they need a bucket, and they need a stop.
Yeah.
And they need a bucket, and they need a stop.
Yeah. One at a time, and there's a foul after. Just the first team foul on Lakeland. Is it going to be a shooting foul? It should be a shooting foul. It is. And again, they only Lakeland has shot 2 free throws in the first half, and it's the same guy up there again. That's Garrett Duffin from Princeton, Illinois. He said coming in, he was shooting just 52% from the free throw line, but he's made all 3 tonight.
Well, and he's had, minus the free throw line, he's had a couple of good games here the last 2 weeks. Well, more than a couple, actually. He came off the bench and has really blossomed into a good shooter for the Muskies. So we got to get him going. We got to get Campos going.
Little pressure here. Now, let's see with the timeout what Coach Schrader instructed his guys to do here. And bottom line is they got to stay in front of their defenders. Like, this is, once again, the situation that you just cannot have. You got to stay between the ball, the basket, and your guy, and that didn't happen. There's a quick 3 by the Muskies and a big shot for Garrett Duffin, 3-pointer.
Well, I'll tell you what, Chris, give credit when credit's due. Cy Staver, excuse me, came in there and he put some beautiful, beautiful English on the ball for that basket for Edgewood last time down.
There's that 3 there, and a quick 30-second timeout. The lead's cut to 15. We're at 13:24 left. Just a 30-second timeout. If you haven't been out to Lakeland in a few years, you should come out, you know, if you're in Sheboygan and see the campus. They've done so much out here. The football field / soccer field, just outstanding. New press box out there. And this gym, you know, is a couple years old now. They got a beautiful fitness center out here. And so it's not your dad's campus. It's up in very modernized and a really nice place to go to school.
It is, and you know what? It's a good time coming in for the incoming freshmen. The freshmen that are here now. The campus center has got, you know, a $12 million renovation that's going to be taking place. It'll be completed next fall. So coming in and creating the spaces that they are for the students, it's a real young, energetic campus. It's a good time to be a Muskie.
As we speak, Lemke again with a layup. And again, the Muskie defenders, who I thought did so well in the first half, are just not keeping themselves in front of their men. And it's going to be, you know, uphill battle. And they're going to say that was off an eagle as Nygaard, the 6'5" junior from Plymouth, tried to put that ball into the hoop.
You know, I like what Coach Schrader's doing there, putting Josh McNeil back in the game now. He was a good spark the first 2 minutes of the second half, so hopefully we get something going here and keep that momentum, or get it back on our side, rather.
And I know I mentioned it in the first half, but every time I've been out here, he's been that spark. Hazy gets deep, but he just can't get it to fall. I mean, Hazy's had a lot of opportunities right in by the glass, but they just don't fall for him.
No, you're exactly right. And it's the team as a whole, because they are missing easy shots right around the rim that just aren't falling.
There's a shot.
It looked like Duffin took an elbow to the eye there real quick.
Yep.
Seems to be okay.
That's what we need Edgewood to do if you're a Muskie fan. Hazenstein on the rebound on the missed three. Duffin going to attack, gets the foul. And I'll tell you what, of everybody on the floor, he's decided to take it upon himself to be a little more aggressive and see what you can get, and he'll be back to the free throw line.
Well, yeah, you have to. You have to get to the line. You have to be able to get there and score.
At the scorers table is Corey Allen. I don't believe we've seen him yet tonight, the young junior from Chicago. And I think that's Campos, who we haven't seen anything yet from tonight. The leading scorer, 16 points a game, I think, has been held scoreless.
I'm trying to find him here, and I think you're absolutely right on that.
He's got 0 points, 0 for 5 from the floor, so.
Yeah, Garrett Duffin actually's got 12 points, and Pat McDonald's got 11 here. So those are the two leading scorers for the Muskies. Where if you go over to Edgewood, Negus, he's got 11, and Radzovic's got 13, and actually Seafield's got 15 too.
And you're gonna get a rebound. Right at your feet is the ball, Austin.
Oh, hello.
Got Richard up on the top camera, and Sarah, she's got that camera shot right there, right under the basket where she wants to be. Good intensity right there by Corey Allen. See, he gets some fresh blood in there. Pick up the intensity a little bit, but again, the hot shooting continues to extend the lead back to 17. That's Corey Allen, number 2. Nygaard going to the glass. And I don't think Edgewood wants to foul, so that's not a bad idea. They're thinking they have a big lead, so we don't want to cause 3-point plays. So Muskies might be able to take advantage of quick baskets that way to get themselves in there. We still have this 11:30 left. Plenty of time to get back in this one.
Well, and I like the lineup here now. We just saw number 33, Ben Stasewich, a fellow Youper of mine, check into the game, and that's good because we got to get somebody in there to protect the rim a little bit. Corey Allen, too, you mentioned him, the junior out of Chicago. I'm a resident assistant on campus, and he lives right next door. He's a neighbor of mine, and he's a high-energy guy.
And there he gets a foul going for him that way, too.
He's out there clapping. He just enjoys the game, and he's really found his role here this year. Coach Schrader's given him the opportunity to play, and it's fun to watch because he's such a nice young man.
Well, and they need a spark, and like I said, he sure brought it with the intensity on D and created a second opportunity there. Here's McNeil with a reach, easy call for the official, and again, get to the basket.
Yeah, Ben Stasewich, had they not called the foul, Ben Stasewich would have had an open lane to the rim. Nobody was there, and easy 2 points, but the foul works too.
Allen to McNeil, bucket.
And that was tough by McNeil. That's a good, solid basket, and good to see.
Got to play defense without fouling. Well, press causing some issues. McNeil right there. Look at that D. Stop. Get a stop. That's
Look at that.
the stop. That's the intensity you needed.
And that's just it. Things like that, momentum swings like that are big, especially in a game like this when you're down. It shows that you're not out. It shows that you're going to try and crawl back into this thing. And
well, Stawich with the block now. Now, where is he from?
he's from Munising, Michigan. So
Munising. Do they have snow year-round?
It's just 9 months out of the year. And you can ski if you really want to in June because they make it up there.
Oh, miss, but an opportunity, but a quick turnover by Anderson. And here come the Fish. Hasenstein can't get it to go. There's a rebound by Stawich, and now they're within 11.
We call him Big Ben down here. I had a privilege to play well, I didn't play against him, but watched him play in high school all 4 years. He's a varsity good player for Upper Michigan. It's nice to see him down here now.
He's a house.
Yes, he is.
Well, I know that was a foul on Allen that time, but you know that wasn't a bad foul because you stopped drive penetration and gave up a layup, and all they're going to do is get the ball out of bounds. We're nowhere near the bonus quite yet.
We get a couple more fouls to give here before the bonus.
There's another miss.
And that's what Lakeland needs to do. They need to have them shoot, take those outside shots, and then get the rebound once they miss.
Allen a little bit out of control. Right idea, just lost it off his foot there. Look at the defense by Corey Allen, number 2, 5'11" junior. McNeil on him. There's the dump down. Stawich using that physical. That's why I like the big size of Stawich defending there. Nigas running out of time, and he gets bailed out with 1 second on the shot clock as he jumped back into the Fish to draw the foul, and he got it.
Yeah, that's. I think they called that. They did 33. Ben Stawich. You know, that's the announcer's curse. We were just praising him, telling him what a good job he did, and a little ticky-tack foul like that bails him out late in the shot clock.
That one's up and through. 61-49. We're under 10 minutes.
Well, compared to the 20-point game it was, or 18 a few minutes ago to now, they've got it to 11.
Yep.
Or 12.
Yeah, if somebody could hit a 3 or make a 3-point play the old-fashioned way, that would sure help that cause. There's a nice Stawich with the hook. Miss. Good idea, just slightly off to the right. Edgewood would like to take some clock off. 9 minutes in the game, 20 seconds on the shot clock. I guess they're trying to get some type of action. Good defense again by Stawich, defending the post. McDonald got beat, cost him.
Yeah, there was no help side defense there. He wasn't able to get over, and Coach Schrader is going to tell Pat, come by me, let's set up something to run here and figure out what we got.
Get in there.
Needed that one.
Yep, there's that 3-pointer we asked on the last trip by McDonald. 63-52 now. Just an 11-point game. Plenty of time left. We got to do the work down here. Ozzy's reaching, he's going to get a foul. He reached, he missed, he reached, he got beat, and then that contact there. He got beat when he got reached out, and then he was out of defensive position, and then he had to reach and catch up here. It was almost too simple to call for an official there.
Yeah, that's an easy call for the official, especially standing down by the baseline there. He just, like you said, he got beat, and 9 times out of 10, when a player gets beat, they're going to go in there, going to foul, try and make up for it. And you just can't have that when you're down. Fortunately, though, Lakeland still has plenty of time to get back into the game.
And a little help there with a missed free throw.
0 for 2.
And let's see here on the floor. Janad is back in the game. No Campos yet. There should be something. That's almost an intentional foul. He wanted to foul underneath, and then he grabbed him. And once the grab came, that's when you should have called possibly an intentional foul.
And that's a play that Lakeland likes to run. You know, they get Nygaard over out by the three-point line. He passes back in to Shakur as he's cutting from the right side, and Shakur does that quite often. You know, he goes down, he pumps, and he gets the contact that way. That hurts though, missing that free throw.
61% on the season. 16 fouls on the Fish, 5 on the Eagles.
There we go. You know, 8 minutes to go.
Well, it's just a 10-point game. Obviously going to use some of the shot clock here. McDonald, you got to stay in front. There's going to be a bump, and it's going to be bonus time.
And that's Shakur's fourth, so he's in trouble there. Coach Schrader not looking to the bench. Going to keep him in and let him play, I guess. So
a Shakur body foul there. Didn't mean to do it, just got himself a little bit out of control. And again, another miss. And the missed free throws are definitely helping Lakeland here.
Yeah, this is a very, very important part of the game because Lakeland's got to be able to get a bucket and get a stop. And they're doing it right now by Edgewood's helping us out by missing those free throws.
Edgewood shooting 74% as a team at the free throw line this season, but tonight struggling from the floor. And again, with the reload here, you got a chance to get it under double figures. McDonald into the tall timbers, kicks it out to Haase. Still 20 seconds on the shot, not necessary, but he shoots and misses. But another reload, nice job by Nygaard. Oh, and they're gonna get a late whistle on the penetration by McDonald.
Well, and that was, McDonald tried to drive there, but Redsevic was on the inside, and like you said, drove into the timbers and just got hit with the body. So that works out well, for Lakeland. Got to get him to the line here, and hopefully he can knock both of these down.
And the clock's not moving either. McDonald's an excellent free throw shooter, 80%. Hits the first, cuts the lead to 9. And the second, and now we're within 8. Closest Lakeland's been in about 10 minutes of game time. Little pressure. Edgewood probably wants to run the clock a little bit down, see if they can work it inside to the paint, where they've done a great job tonight. Here's that high ball screen and roll. Well defended this time by the Fish.
Edgewood's in no rush here, but they've got 5 on the shot clock. Watch out for a deep 3.
Can't bail them out on that shot, but you got to get the rebound. And Edgewood's trying to get it out of there, but they turn it over.
Well, and that was very, very fortunate for Lakeland to get that turnover because, man, oh man, if they didn't get it. Hey, a big 3 by the roommate Eric Nygaard. Look at that.
And a quick timeout, full timeout by Edgewood. It's a 5-point game, and here come the Fish. We'll take a quick break, down 63-58.
You've messed up your son's haircut.
Mom?
Do you A, try to fix it?
Like it never happened.
B, work with what you got? Or C, show solidarity?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
There's some of the few Lakeland students that are still on campus as we return to Lakeland College, where not too long ago, Edgewood had about an 18-point lead on the Fish. But with that three-pointer by Plymouth's own Eric Nygaard, the lead is now 5, and now it's anybody's ball game.
Yeah, a big three there by Nygaard. And I know for a fact I'm going to hear about it later because we're going to go back and talk about the game. But nice job coming off the screen and able to get that bucket. Now let's see if Lakeland can get a stop here.
Well, it seems like every time that Edgewood has called timeout, they've made a little run of their own. But look at full double screen pressure here. All sorts of problems for Edgewood. They got to use another timeout.
I was doing the counting in my head. That was about 4.3 seconds. But
Well,
a good timeout.
Yeah, it's a full timeout. We'll keep it back here. You said all throughout the game that Lakeland's a team that feels they can shoot themselves back into the game. Why do you say that, or what is the fish thinking here?
Well, the perks of being a student, right? I get to sit down and have class with these guys, and we talk about everything. And they always feel they have that confidence because of the team that they have. They have shooters. They have guys that go out and ball. They might not have, they might not match up ideally, height-wise and everything else. They like to play small ball, but often they'll dig themselves into a hole, but they can dig themselves out. They don't lose hope. There's always light at the end of the tunnel for this team.
Well, and everything seemed so comfortable for Edgewood as everything they wanted to do was working, and the defense's intensity has picked up a little bit. The defense in the paint, they also seem to be, Lakeland that is, between guarding the guards and keeping them out of the middle as well has also helped. And now, just like that, now Lakeland's going to fall. Now, I don't agree with this one. They were all over them. They could have came out with the same intensity, but they're going to set their half-court D, the Fish are. And Edgewood's going to try to set up their set.
Yeah, it's a 5-point game, and I think Coach Schrader thinks, all right, we go down, we get a stop here. Let's not try and run our guys, take their legs out from underneath them, and we'll go from there.
10 seconds on the clock.
Can't allow a bucket here. No bailout calls, no buckets. Too late in the shot clock for that now.
And it's a layup, but it's...
Duffin.
Yeah, Duffin again. He's been a big hero. Him and Nygaard have been sparks off the bench along with Corey Allen. Here's Nygaard against a bigger defender. Hasenstein deep. This time he's going to get it to go.
And that's something we haven't seen from him all night. He's just been not able to finish at the rim. A good finish there. Cuts it down to a 3-point game with 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, and he's been able to get there, but like you said, hasn't been able to finish tonight, so he's got the capability. And there's Duffin again with good hands. We're in a 1-possession game, and we still have 5:30 left. An eternity left in this game. It's anyone's ball game. Edgewood, who's led throughout the ball game, leads 63-60.
Well, and Duffin there diving into the opposing player's bench. Coach Schrader loves to see that. Good hustle play. 18 on the shot clock now.
All this done with Carlos Campos leading scorer without a point tonight. There's been other gentlemen that have stepped up for the Fish. That's going to be a turnover. McLean Steffens just turns the ball over. And Duffin walks down, getting a few students that are here up on their feet.
Well, that was an outstanding defensive effort by Duffin because he did not give up the baseline. The out-of-bounds baseline is your friend. Utilize it, and an excellent job there to be able to force the turnover.
McDonald.
That's his shot.
Bingo. 1-point game. And the clock now seems to be really slow. We just now turn under 5 minutes. Now I'd like the clock to go a little faster because all the mojos with Lakeland.
Well, like you said, the few students that are here, they're into it, so. Oh. Nygaard just got beat on that play in the paint there by Radzovic, so.
Yeah, he's been tough in there. 3-pointer for the tie, and a foul. Well, the student section is up and hopping.
That was Steffens, I believe. Yeah, that's his third, and they're going to call a foul on him. The NCAA, they created that new cone rule this year, so you have to respect the player even when he's not shooting. He has they call it a bubble around him, and you have to give him space when he takes his shot and when he comes down. And Steffens just got in the way there of Hasenstein.
And I can't believe I'm about to say this, but Lakeland has a chance to take the lead. Trailing by 18, they now lead with 4:30 left. There's too much time. And there's that full court pressure that Edgewood's trouble, and you can just see the Muskies flying around the aquarium here.
Fishbowl, right? We got the Fanatics in the fishbowl.
Oh, that's too deep. That's too deep. And he missed it. Little contact, no foul. See how Lakeland responds. Duff into the glass, shoots, misses. Fighting Nygaard.
Look at that. Hitting the
McDowell.
floor. Yes!
Ben McDonald scores. 4-point lead for the Fish.
I tell you what, the fans are up on their feet. They're excited. Nygaard with an excellent hustle play there. Got a little too aggressive, though, as they came down on the defensive side.
Coach Meyer in shock. They led by 18 with about 11 minutes left. Since then, it's been a big run for Lakeland, who now leads 69-65. Both teams now in the bonus. We're at 3:52. And missed
free throw.
Yeah, then that's what's really hurt Edgewood too along this stretch. Is they've had some chances to make free throws and they've missed them.
Yeah, Edgewood shooting only 46% from the free throw line compared to Lakeland's 90, almost 91% from Lakeland. But the amazing part to me is that Edgewood is still at 52% from the field.
And missing those free throws, so we've had back-to-back 1-and-1s they've missed, which has also hurt. But Edgewood got the rebound here. We're now under 4 minutes. And not really looking to get inside because of the defense. Here we go. Nygaard just got to stay down. Shot clock's at 15 for Edgewood.
No, this is a part where you can't let a basket, no foul, no bailout call here.
Good. That was good recovery by Hasenstein. Ooh, with a pick and a steal. Here come the Fish.
Hasenstein with an excellent steal there. And a great dish off to Shakur Janad as he's able to get the easy 2-point basket.
And now it's a 6-point lead. An amazing Campos is in the game now. Number 10.
Let's watch Nygaard battle inside there, guarding the rim.
Well, we haven't seen Edgewood make too many
turnover.
threes. We haven't seen Edgewood make many threes yet. And again, now all of a sudden the turnover is.
How about that?
Campos.
There it is.
No baskets until the 2:43 left in the second half. And Carlos Campos steps up and hits a three. There it is, through the net, and gives Lakeland, I can't believe I'm going to say this, a 9-point lead.
That's outstanding because Campos hasn't hit a shot. Hasn't even been close, the poor kid tonight. Comes down, he was calling for it. Sure enough, Pat got him on the left wing, and a big transition three for the Muskies.
Back in the 20s when I was in college, I played with a guy. We'd play pickup ball and stuff, and he would always say, well, I missed my last 5, so you know what? I'm going to make my next 5.
Wow.
It didn't matter where he was on the floor. He'd pump it up from like 5 feet outside the three-pointer and make it. And, you know, that's the kind of philosophy Carlos has to have, too. Hey, I'm having a bad night, but, I know I can shoot it. And here it is again, right through the net. And look at the bench jumping up. Look at Corey Allen, who sparked him a little bit on the defense end. The first one over there to give him a little chest bump.
You know what, I want to say something too. You don't see his number very often, but he's a senior captain over there, Reggie Nimmer, or it might be a junior, I might be lying on that, but Reggie Nimmer, him and Corey on the bench, they are the spark, they are the life, they are the energy of that team, and there's a reason that Reggie's a captain. He doesn't see a lot of playing time, but man, oh man, he is the heart and soul of that team. A program kid.
Now, the last thing you want to do is foul. Let it go. Let him go. Let him go.
Oh,
he didn't. That was not the right call because I thought for sure, I haven't said that about the officials, but I thought Eric did a nice job just standing up. He knew he had to give up the 2, not the extra. Fortunately, he did not make the basket. So with 2:28 left, Edgewood has got to be almost out of timeouts.
I would think. I'm trying to find it here in our live stats.
I think we have it. We have them as none on our board.
Okay.
We're not sure, but I think we're pretty close that they should be out.
I would have to agree with you on that. Yeah, Nygaard in that foul, he just left the ground a little bit, and I think that's what the officials saw. So he didn't get beat all that bad, just enough to where, yeah, you know, kind of ticky-tacky.
And now I can't believe I'm going to say this, but now Lakeland wants to run some clock. Before I thought it was Edgewood, but now it's Lakeland's turn. But it looks like they're going to keep pushing, and almost a turnover. So they were looking for Campos over in the corner. 16 on the shot clock, 2:13 in the game. Fish by 7.
Good defensive deny there by Nygus for Edgewood. That was well done. Let's see here. Crew's gonna go right at him.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Right string, wrong yo-yo.
Yeah.
That was right in there.
Oh, and that's not a bad shot. I mean,
It was
there
a
was
good
7
shot.
seconds left on the play
Don't
clock.
foul.
Shot clock.
You can't foul, boys. And that's what they did there. We're gonna get a reaching foul.
McDonald? No. Hasenstein, 21.
And you don't want the clock to stop right now and put them at the free throw line, even though they've just been stones at the free throw line earlier. Hopefully it'll continue as we go out here. And as I say that, he gets one in, and you know it's all going to catch up. Nygus there makes it. And they've cut the deficit to 5. And 2 minutes left in the ball game. Ben McDonald, this junior from Port Washington, number 11. It's Nygaard, the Plymouth Panther. McDonald trying to squeeze in there, and he does.
What? I mean, my goodness, Pat worked him all the way, took a shot in the paint, and a great shot. I mean, it went in, no issues whatsoever. I just couldn't believe it did.
Yeah, and great use of his pivot foot too for you young players out there. There's a kick out, trying to get a 3 off. Don't foul.
And Nygaard came over there to play help side defense, and he got pulled away from his own man. The defense collapsed down, and that left Redovich wide open for the 2-point lay-in.
McDonald going right to the basket. Oh, a bad turnover with 1:05 left. Here comes the Eagles on a rush. He's going right to the basket for a layup, and it's good. No foul on Nygaard. Good no call. It's a 1-possession game, and we're under a minute.
Well, we make it interesting, don't we?
Yeah, it's been a fun game, I will say that. And thank Austin Hansen for coming out here. Mike Martin in Arizona. And basically it's a simple situation. Lakeland get a bucket here. They could pretty much ice this game. Edgewood looking for a stop. McDonald, 3, just short. Now, they can foul for a 3. You don't want to allow a 3 here. It's a 3-point game. Don't foul. He didn't. No call by the official. Now Edgewood has to foul, and they go after Hasenstein.
And if you're Lakeland, that's what you want to see, Hasenstein get to the line. We're fine with that. We'll take that all we can. And very fortunate that we weren't called for the foul there on the defensive end. So Hasenstein with a chance to go to the line and just about put this one away with 20.1 left.
But when I look at the scoreboard, I always look at what I think the opponent can't get to. I don't think the opponent can get to 80. So they're at 76. I mean, that would mean 3 possessions in 20 seconds for them. And Hazy steps up, 72% free throw shooter, hits that one, gives them a 4-point lead, 2-possession game currently. Take away the 3-pointers if you're Lakeland, but do not foul and stop the clock. Double bonus now for Edgewood. A little token pressure here, don't be grabbing. Quick inbound, and Edgewood going right to the basket. They do get a 3-pointer off by the left-hander, looking for a flop. This one's going to be in the books, I think, for Lakeland with 11 seconds, and what a comeback by Lakeland University tonight. Coming back from 18 points down to be able to get a victory here with 11 seconds left. And now coming into the game is one of the reasons why Garrett Duffin, great spark off the bench.
Yeah, Duffin tonight, let's see, how many did he have coming off the bench? He had 13, you know, and Lakeland really kicked it up here in the second half. Very balanced scoring. Pat McDonald with 23, Hasenstein 15. Duffin had 13 off the bench. McNeil had 10, you know, he started the game too, and Nygaard had 5 coming off the bench, so.
And a big 3-pointer by Carlos Campos late. We said how he struggled all day from the floor, but when the Muskies and the Fish needed it, he got it down. And there's a miss there. It's a 6-point lead with 8 seconds left.
Now, if you're Lakeland, you don't need a foul.
No, and that's going to be short, and they're going to let it play out. And with that, a victory for the Fish. 79-73, an exciting ball game. Lakeland's going to go to 11-6, 8-5 in league play, where Edgewood's going to fall to 6-11. Austin, thanks so much for joining us tonight. Thanks so much. It was great to have you. You did a great job.
Well, I appreciate it, Chris. Thank you guys for just kind of pulling me out of the stands there. I was sitting over by my boss, and I appreciate it. I enjoy doing this. So very, very fun night. Good to see the Muskies get a win, and thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Well, I'm going to thank Sarah for the camera down here. She stuck in there in a couple plays. He was willing to take a couple charges. Richard on top, and of course, Scott in the truck spinning the dials. For my partner, Austin Hansen, I hope Marty's having a good time in Arizona. I'm Chris Wright, and with that, as Marty always says, we'll see you down the road.